Deputy Sheriff Artie Donovan was the first on the scene. Artie came from a long line of police officers. He was young and eager. He wanted to prove to his father, Sheriff Jackson Carlisle, that he was more than qualified to be the next sheriff of Lakeshore County. He arrived at 2782 Sedgewood Drive by himself. He made sure he was the first one out the door. His short black hair and freckles made him Lakeshore's most eligible bachelor. He exited his cruiser and checked his gun. The call came over as a domestic disturbance. That's all Francine could understand. She informed Artie that it sounded like a child who made the 911 call. He looked around the outside of the house. There was nothing unusual. After knocking several times on the front door without a response, he tried the door. It was unlocked. Artie started to worry when he didn't hear any yelling. He had responded to domestic calls before. There was always yelling. He slowly walked into the house. Not a sound could be heard. He drew his weapon and stayed close to the walls. The thoughts he entertained proved that he had one hell of an imagination. He suppressed every thought except one. Where was everybody? He walked slowly past the stairwell and headed for the kitchen. As he passed the living room, he looked for signs of life. When he entered the kitchen, he saw the door to the basement open. He slowly approached as he wondered why his backup was taking so long to arrive. He was careful to avoid the turned-up corner of tile right by the open doorway as he looked downstairs. Deputy Sheriff Artie Donovan made his way down the stairs as carefully as he could. He stopped at the last step and peered down at the lifeless body of Katie Elkton. He got on his radio and immediately called for backup again. He could only breathe through his mouth at that moment. There was a faint light on by the furnace. He felt his heart race as he shined his flashlight throughout the basement. There was a young boy curled up in the fetal position in the dirt by the furnace. Artie avoided Katie's body as he approached the boy. "Son, I'm Deputy Sheriff Artie Donovan. I'm here to help you." Griffin sat up. "You're too late." Artie panicked. "What? Where are your parents?" Griffin had been crying for some time. He started to cry again as he answered Artie. "They just left."